Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine and studying at home and giving due time to your studies. Last time we had gone through the question and answers for the chapter and the lab activities as well for chapter number 9. Okay, so we had seen not only the question and answers but also lab activities. I will give you the homework through the university. In your university, you are going to have your homework. So still I have not uploaded, but I will upload inshallah in this week for the previous chapter so that you can write all those things that we have studied in your notebooks. Okay. So now the question and answers and such kind of homework will be given to you using university. Fine. Okay. So today what we are going to do, we are going to start the next chapter, which is also based on the Dreamweaver software, of course. And we will see some more things in Dreamweaver. Basically, there are different tools to design a web page. There are different tools available. A web page is not only having HTML, it may contain CSS, it may contain Flash animations, it may contain JavaScripting, and other tools are there which are development tools. Background programming is there. So all these things are there. So basically there are two areas, design and development. So these are the two major areas. There is a difference between them. We need to understand. Web page design versus web page development. There are some differences. If you go and if you find out what are the differences, so basically design is when you are going to make the outlook of the page, that is basically called the web page design. Okay, but what happens in the development, of course, when you will go and you will find out, so you are going to see that the background programming which is going to deal with different kinds of events is basically called the web page development. So there are different tools. Design tools, we have got a number of tools available that work to create web page designs. And development tools are there that we use in order to program for different kind of things, just like when you are entering your ID or password, it is going to be checked. When you are going to make records of the persons for whom you are taking some input, that these are going to be stored on the backend inside some kind of database or something like that. So basically this is the difference between the design and the development. So we need to understand, being student of computer science, the web design refers to the design of websites that are displayed on the internet. It usually refers to user experience aspects in website. Okay. Development basically deals with the options when we are going to program for different events and incidents which are going to happen, what will happen in which case when the user presses a specific button, and what kind of pages and forms will be opened on a specific operation. So these all things are done in the development. So in this chapter we are going to see some more things about Dreamweaver, and all these things we have already done in HTML. But what we are doing right now, we are doing the same things that we have already done using HTML in chapter number 3 and 4. We are doing these things using Dreamweaver. So Dreamweaver is basically giving you more convenient option to insert your data and see the output. So right now I am on page number 183 of your book. You can see on your screen. You must have seen websites that have a banner at the top and a navigation bar on the left. On clicking an option on the left, the corresponding information appears on the right. In this chapter, we will discuss how to make professional looking websites using frameset and frames. As you know, images make a website more attractive. We also discuss rollover images and image maps and learn to insert date and time and tables in the web page. So if you remember, we had seen all these things in HTML, normal HTML chapter as well, that we are going to use over here using Dreamweaver. Okay. So if you remember, I have already given you such data where we inserted images, we inserted tables and frames. How we are going to do this thing in Dreamweaver? Now this is the thing that we need to understand. There are many different file formats for storing images. We know about them. GIF, graphic interchange format. JPEG is the famous one, JPEG or simple JPG. We also call it JPG or JPEG. Joint Photographic Experts Group. PNG stands for Portable Network Group. These are basically the images, types of the images that we create and that we save. Normally, you would have seen these kind of extensions. For example, when we are saving any document in Paint, if you go to Paint is a common available raster graphic tool in your Windows. So if you see over here, whenever we are going to make any graphic, okay, anything you are writing over here, when you are going to save is, so you are going to see that some different formats are available. These are the formats: JPEG, GIF, TIFF, PNG. Okay, these are a bitmap is also a famous one. 16-bit bitmap and 256-bit bitmap. 24-bit is also available. 256 color, 16 color, 256 color, and 24-bit. There are three different formats available over here. So these all are the basically different kinds of images. On all these extension, you can go and search out what is .bmp, just like I have told you .bitmap. Okay, similarly .jpeg, we said that it stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. Graphic interchange format, GIF, GIF. PNG normally comes with the portable, with the blank or transparent background, and all these options you have seen in your in Adobe Photoshop as well. We can export our graphic in Adobe Photoshop format. All these students kindly keep the cameras closed. Keep your cameras closed. Okay. So these are the images that we can use in our work now. Inserting date. You know that date and time, whenever we are mentioning, it contains some specific format. Date is mentioned with some specific format. You would have seen different formats, just like you can see over here. March 7, comma 1974. This is one of the format. 7 dash March MAR, full, not full spelling. Dash 1974. This is another format. 7 dash March MAR only. Dash 74 only means we are not writing the full 4-digit year. Similarly, we also write the date with the slashes, just like you can see in this format. 3/07/1974. 3/7/1974 only. It is also written in the reverse order, 1974-3-7. So there are some different formats to write date. Why we are talking about the date right now? Dreamweaver provides a date object which helps you insert the current date in desired format with or without time, and provides the option of updating that date whenever you save the file. Okay, so how can we do this? In the document window, place the insertion point where you want to date insert the date, where you want that the date should be inserted. Select insert, go to insert and insert date, or go to common tab of the insert bar, click the date button. So over here I am going to open the Dreamweaver. Why we need the date? Sometimes the date is displayed on the web pages. So how we can display the date? What we are going to do for this? Let me take one page. Let's suppose this is my page. It is my page. I have given this in red color with 36 size, center align. Okay, let's suppose I bring my mouse cursor over here and I say that I want to display the date over here. So I will go to the insert tab and find out the date is there. Yes, date is there. Or I will go to the common tab, and on the common tab, you know how different links are there: hyperlink, anchor tag, table, insert image, insert media button, insert date. So date is also over here. Date is available in insert date. Date is also available on the common tab. Both the methods are mentioned over here. Either you will go to insert date or you will go to common tab, insert bar, and then click on the date button. Now you are able to see that there are some different formats of the dates. For example, I am interested in this one, that the date should be displayed uh, in this format, and I will say that updated automatically. So we can mark this one as well whenever we will open the page. Right now I'm saying no time. I'm not going to display any time. So today's date has been displayed over here. And let's suppose if we will open this page on the next days. So since we have marked the update automatically, so date is going to be updated automatically. Okay, now if we save this page, let's suppose I'm going to save it in my chapter number 10 with the name of my page. Okay, now you go to the code and see what happened over here, what we have applied. You have already learned HTML language, you know the basics and the foundation of HTML language. What we have used over here, style sheet has been used over here with the color. We applied red color basically to our font, so its hexadecimal code is FF0000. Font weight is bold and font size is 36 point. Style 2 we have applied over here in blue color, and you can see that 000 is, it is basically the color that we applied, font size, bold, etc. Okay, now you will see that we have also applied over here the date. So how the date has come, we can see over here in the second style that I have given over here. So second style, the style 2 has been applied to the date format. And if you see over here, you will be able to see that we have inserted the date using date function. So what is mentioned over here, you can see this comment. This is the method to write comment. Uh, Begin date format is en2 10 jan 2021 is basically the format that we have taken over here. Okay, so this is the code which has been created automatically when we inserted date in our work. Okay, now come to the next point. The insert date dialog box will appear. This thing I have already explained you. Insert date appeared and I What is basically the purpose of the automatically select update automatically on save? If you want the inserted date to be updated every time you save the document, so then it will be updated automatically. Now come to the insert table. How can we insert table? In HTML, we had done this thing using writing code, table raw, table data. Remember? Table raw, table data. We had done this work. Now over here we have got easy methodology to enter a table in your work, and quite easily you can insert one table. For example, you can use the insert bar on the insert menu to create a table. Add text and images to the table cells the same way that you would add text and images on the blank page. So what we have to do in design view of the document window, place the insertion point where you want that the table should appear, where you want the table to appear, insert table, or in the common tab insert table, and it is going to show you. Now let me do this in the design code. Okay, so over here, let's suppose if I'm saying that go to insert, and in the insert menu you are going to find out this one table, or go to this common tab and find out where the table is there. Here is the table on fourth location. You will click on it. Now it will ask you. You are not going to just say okay. No, see over here what is mentioned. How many rows, how many columns are required to you? Let's suppose I say 5 rows and 3 columns. What would be the width of the columns? It is given in the pixels, normally given in the pixels. So we are saying that its width would be 200. We can change it. We can do it 250 or whatever. According to our requirement, we can change it. What would be the border thickness? I say border should be 5. For example, I'm increasing the thickness of the border over here. What is the caption heading? Let's suppose I'm saying that this is the table in which I'm going to show the timetable. Just giving the example. I need to display one timetable over here. Align caption to the top. Of course, at the top the caption will appear. Summary, if you want to write something about it, what it is about. Okay, so then we are going to use, otherwise we don't need to have anything over here. Cell padding, cell spacing, if you remember, we had done this thing in HTML. If you remember, cell padding is basically difference between the um, distance between the cells basically. Okay, cell spacing is basically the difference between the text and the cell, and cell padding where we were defining the differences between them. I am going to apply these options as well. Let me insert one table over here. Now you can see over here, this is the table that we have inserted. There are 3 columns. We have taken 200 pixels. Okay, 200 pixels are there that we have taken over here. Now, after inserting one table, if we want to make some amendment in it, so we can do this in the design view as well. We can change the breadth, width, height of the table according to our requirement. We can make amendments in them. For example, in this way, if you want to make. So in design view, this thing was not available in HTML directly when we were coding the HTML, but this thing we can do over here, you know, in the Dreamweaver. This is possible that we can do the design. We can write text. We can type text over here according to Control Z. According to our requirement, we can directly put the text whatever we want to. Right now, I'm just entering some text and data to just give you the knowledge that how much it is easy over here. For example, this is the heading. I will select it. I will go there. I will apply bold or blue color, whatever color I want to apply. So in the design view, we are creating this work, and this is quite convenient for us. I hope this thing is clear, that how we can insert table. If you remember, if you go to the coding, now go to coding, see. This was the coding that we used to do in the HTML. Remember? First, we will say that what will be the caption, table caption. Okay, and table raw. Each row we are giving some specific width and height. Table raw, table data. In each row we are inserting some data over here. So automatically it is creating the code for you. Okay, so in this way we can apply this color and all these things. If you want to change the background color for the heading, you can change the background color directly. If you are interested to change the background color for the detail, you can take from here and you can change the color for it. So all the things you can apply quite easily. Now if you select the table, if you see over here right now, the rows are mentioned over here, that 5 rows are there, 3 columns are there. These were the properties that we set in the beginning. Now see over here, cell padding and cell spacing. That was the thing that I was saying. Cell padding and cell spacing. So normally students get confused about it. For example, if I give over here cell padding 10, you can see that there is basically a 10-point increase over here. If I again change it to 0, now this 0. Now if I make it 10 or 15, now you can see the difference. What will happen in the case of cell spacing? If I give the cell spacing 10, you can see that the distance between the cells, you have to understand this thing. This is basically a cell. For example, if I write over here, just I'm writing class. Right now, I did not enter the proper data, otherwise it will take, of course, some time. For example, if I say student name here, class here, and the section. Okay, student name is, let's suppose, Ali Ahmad. Ahmad Asad Salman. These are the names of the students. These are the classes. P3, P2, S1, S2. These are the classes and these are the sections, B, C, just like. Okay. So cell spacing, what does it mean? Cell spacing. Cell spacing is space between the cells. Now can you see this thing, that we have increased space between the cells. We have increased the space between the cells, as I mentioned over there, and now the space between the cells has been increased. Now when we will click the table, then these properties will appear. Now see over here, these are the table properties. Otherwise, if you will click the text, then this is basically the text properties that you can see over here. Fine, you need to be very much clear about it, what we are doing. When I want to click this table, I will click on it, click on the table. Now table is selected. Now you can see that these are the properties of the table. So if I increase the cell spacing more, for example 20 points, now there is gap between the cells. If I remove it and if I bring it to 0, now there is no gap between the cells. If I increase it and if I say that it is 10, then you can see this is called cell spacing. Space between the cells, this is space, this is space, this is space between the cells. And cell padding is something else. If I make it 0, you can see that cell padding is basically referring to the cells spaces that is there between the outline and the text. Let me make it once again, make it 0. Right now the cell padding is 10. Now see what happens if I increase the cell padding. Now this is the overall impact on the width and the height of the cell. This is basically called the cell padding, where the text has got distance between the lines. This is the distance you see over here. This is the distance of 10 point between the B and this line and between the B and this line. Fine, this is basically called cell padding. And cell spacing, distance between these cells. I hope now this thing is now clear. This is distances between the cells. Let's suppose if I increase the cell padding to 20 point, double, I make it double cell padding. Now see over here, distance between the B and the outline of this cell is double of the distance between these two cells B and C. This is 10 and this is 20. That is basically the difference. So you don't need to confuse the cell padding and cell spacing, with each other. Okay, so over here, if I click over here and now see, this is the overall width of the table that we have taken over here. Overall width that is mentioned in the pixels. Okay, background color, by default background color of the table. This is background color of the table, and the color we set, it was basically the color of the cell. So background color of the table, for example, if I want to change it to light pink, now you can see this is the background color of the table itself. Fine. It is the border color. If I give the border color white, no, I think I should give some other color so that you can see. Now this is the border color. If you remember, I had taken the border in how many points? 5 points. If I want to increase it to 10 point, now you can see the border color. Border has been increased. So now it is clearly it is showing you that the border color is blue. The table background color is uh, orange type. I think mustard color. Yeah, mustard color is there. And inside these cells we have taken some other color. How we can change that color? You will click over here. Okay, this is the cell color. This is the raw. For this row, you can change this background color from here. This is the option using which you can change this color. Okay, so we had taken light green color over here. Fine. So you need to see over here that which one is the option that we have selected. So the thing that we have selected is basically the component for which the properties are being displayed in the property panel. So if right now, if you want, if you are seeing over here, where is the cell padding? I'm not able to, you are clicking the table and you are saying that I'm not able to see the cell padding. I'm not able to see the cell spacing. Right now, you have clicked on this table row. You are going to see this text property over here. So how you can see the cell padding and cell spacing and table border and table background? You will double click the table. Now these properties over here, it is mentioned table ID and it is showing you this icon. Basically, this is the icon basically which shows you for which component, for which object actually you are going to have the properties. For which object in the document you are going to show these properties. Okay, fine. I hope this thing is now clear. Okay, come to the attendance now. We have got from Avas Yasin to Muhammad Fawaz. Okay, so up to here, if you have got any question, please raise the hand. Have you got anything to ask? I have explained you the tables, their properties. You are going to explore all these properties of the tables, how to insert date, how to insert table, and even you can increase the number of rows and columns depending on your requirement. Right now it is 5, I can make it 6. Now one row has been increased over here. Can you see this? One row has been increased because I applied this option that I want to increase the number of rows. Double click on the table, go there and change the rows or columns according to your will. Yes, Maz.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, can we insert images in this table?
Yeah, of course. Remember, we had inserted the images of the fruits in the table inside the cells using HTML. Remember that thing?
Yes, sir, I remember, but in
Yeah,
Dreamweaver,
we have this option. We can insert, for example, this is the cell. I want to insert some image, but image size, of course, should be small. So we are going to see over here that insert image is there. Directly we can insert some image, some small image. Okay, so go and find out some small image if you have got. Just like these are the images. Fine, I take this one. This is a small image. What it is saying, this file is outside of the root folder. Can anyone explain this error? What does it mean? Can anyone explain this error? When I inserted that image, it is saying me that this is out of the folder. We need to pick the folder, the file, in the same folder. What does it mean? It means that when we'll click on the image, this image, this ABC image, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to my folder inside the P3. I'm going to folder number, chapter number 10. It should be available over here. Fine. So now when I will insert, it is not going to show me the error. Sorry, I clicked it from the same location. That's why it was showing me the error. I will go there. I will go to chapter number 10 in my page. And from the chapter number 10, in the P3, from chapter number 10, when I will insert it, it is not going to show me the error message. Okay, so in this way we can insert images, of course. Any other question? Anything else? You can insert. You can change the size of the image. Okay, you can make it center align, left align, right align. Depend. You can link, create link. Yes, please. Any other thing? Any other question that you want to ask? Kindly. What does it think? What does it show that you don't have any question? What does it show? It means all the things are clear. Good. Good, fine. So should I ask now? Sayyid Muhammad Asad. I have unmuted you.
Yes, sir.
Asad, I am able to see you after some time.
Yes, sir. Like I have some internet connection, so I'm having so I have to skip some classes for
Yeah.
some time.
Have you got these things, whatever we have discussed right now?
Sir, yes, sir, sir, but internet connection. So I sometime it lags, so I miss some things. But I did get the folder one, the one that you were trying to that say error,
So you
and you
have,
said
fine.
yes,
I
sir.
will also upload the link over here. In the last classes, we have
Yes,
done
sir.
the lab activity number 1 to 5.
When I get internet connection problems, so I see the recordings.
Okay, fine. So it means all things are clear. Good.
Yes.
Yes, Habib Haider. Okay, I am not going to give you this file in your Google Classroom. I will just give you the video and you have to do the practice at your own. Okay, because this is the design view. Of course, you have to design it at your own by going through this video, and nothing is difficult over here. You can go and you can insert the table, you can apply all these options quite conveniently. Fine. So if you go to the chapter once again, I have explained you what are the points that I have explained you. Common tab of the insert bar, click table dialog box. Okay, all these things I have explained you. Number of rows, number of columns, table width, table thickness, border thickness, cell padding, cell spacing. All these things I have explained you. Okay, but we will see these all options once again, inshallah, in the next class, that we have seen practically all these things, so that we must have a clear concept what is the difference between cell padding and cell spacing. Now I think it is clear and no one is confused about it. And alignment of the caption, alignment of the text inside the table. So what we need to do, you have to create this table in your Dreamweaver, and we are going to discuss some more options about the topic, inshallah, in the next class. Up to here, if you have got any question, you can ask me, because our class time is now about to over. Anything which is not clear, and keep in mind that your work is being uploaded regularly in your Google Classroom. The videos, okay, of the work are also given to you. The videos are given over here, and the links of the videos are given over here, so I don't think so you are going to have any problem with it. Thank you so much, all of you.